So the property is in Aguas, but it's near the town of Penamacor that you can actually see. There's the watchtower of Penamacor, and Penamacor is there. So we're not far from Penamacor. Hi there! So we've got another one of Armindo's properties. We've got I think 4 now of his properties around Aguas and Iranius. This one is near Aguas. It's a lovely piece of land for farming. There's a possibility of building. It's up for sale for around about 40,000 euros, and it's got about 3.7 hectares of mixed land, some really agricultural, fertile land. And we'll go and show you that right now. So there's good access to the land from any vehicle, and this is where you would come onto the land, I presume. The first piece of land is this area here, and I think if you were to build a residential property on here, which is a possibility, then this is probably where I would put it, in this area here. So this could be a fabulous project if you want to build your own home, subject to getting planning regulations covered. If you could build your home in that area that you just saw, electricity is really close by, so it would be very easy to connect to electricity. The building you saw isn't part of the property as far as I know, but this area here is, and it would make a brilliant place to put a building and have a garden around it. And then behind me you have your proper, really fertile ground for growing crops, and that's what has been done here. Or keeping animals would be great here as well. Maybe an animal donkey sanctuary or something like that, perfect grazing for that, or keeping horses, equestrian project as well. So nicely cut, sectioned out. At the moment there's loads and loads of water on here. As you've seen in the other videos that I'll put up here, we've had loads of rain, so there's sort of a lot of water on land. That is not a bad thing. And you could potentially, here where it's sitting quite high, that's maybe where you could build yourself a sharker or a natural swimming pool that could irrigate the land as well as give you a nice feature. So possibility there, you could hire someone with a digger to come in and do that. I'm going to now walk to the other end of the land, because the land continues back about the same distance again into that wild area at the other end, and I want to see what's over there. There are some olive trees in this area, half a dozen, which is nice, and they look good and healthy, but I want to see what's over there now. So as I say, if there's any buildings, I would probably put it in this area here, and then if we come round to the meadow, like I say, it's quite waterlogged, but I'm going to walk to the other end and potentially get wet feet again. You can see the water here is draining onto the next door neighbour's land. I might actually have a go at going over that side. Yeah, let's try this side, because it seems to be a bit higher over here. So this is interesting. I've just come to the corner of the property. So it's both sides of this wall, I imagine. And it does look like this was originally a channel, a ditch to take water away. It's been blocked more recently, and then that means that the water is pouring onto the land there. So, like I say, waterlogged land is not a bad thing, because it suggests you could capture water, and maybe this is a way that you could capture water here. Once you've obviously redug this channel to take the water away that you don't want, you could then have a way of releasing water into this corner, into this area, and maybe that's where you have your swimming pool, swimming pond underneath this lovely cork oak tree. So just some ideas, but that's what I've just noticed. So as I say, the properties in the region of Castelo Branco near Penamacor itself, and it's in a little village called Aguas. Very friendly, nice place with thermos baths and several very, very lovely cafes. So only a few minutes walk away from this property. Just noticed this, there's a lovely old boundary here with what was a track here, look. You can see an ancient track there, that's quite nice. Beautiful old stones here, marking this boundary here. So if we zoom out there, you can see the land, fertile land in front of me, and then here we go into the wildy area with olive trees and some oak trees and lots of native shrubs. So now I'm at the top corner of the arable piece of land. Now I have a feeling, you might want to ask Armindo this if you're interested in this piece of land, that this piece of land is part of it as well, that it might be both of these sides. So I'm not quite sure where the boundaries are. Obviously ask Armindo if you have any questions. They're similar shaped and sized pieces of land, and so if I show you this piece here, it'll be indicative of the one behind me that also might be part of it. I don't quite know how far it goes back here. It will do quite a bit. I think it's about the same again. I'm going to go in there now. So about half of this property is a bit like this. With this broom, it's been left to go wild, and this indigenous shrubs have taken over, and they will look very pretty when they come into flower, and obviously great habitats for wildlife. In amongst these are some olive trees which could definitely be restored There's a nice big one there and another one just behind this bush here. So that's nice. And yeah, it's quite interesting to be walking through here. It's all yeah, just been left to go a bit wild. And then we come back through that wild area back onto the fertile area. Like I say, and that's where we started in the entrance. So to sum up then, a nice piece of mixture of wild and agricultural land with the possibility of building your own home as well. If you've got any questions, contact Armindo and he will answer them. As I said, I'm not quite sure of the borders, so get in touch with him to find out exactly what borders there are. It might be a bit bigger than what I've shown you. However, what I've shown you is indicative of what's on the land, because I've got a feeling it might be the other plot on the other side of this one as well. So definitely, if you're interested in this land, confirm the borders with Armindo and confirm whether you can build on this land. It suggests that you can, and you can build a property, residential property, up to 400 meters squared, which is a big substantial house, and it would fit very nicely on that spot there. So yeah, investigate that. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Take care. Bye.